Probably about 200 here, guys, and they're still coming.
These people were detained in mid-April by a right-wing militia group known as the United Constitutional Patriots. It's a group of Americans who are patrolling part of the New Mexico desert near the Mexican border, where many migrants pass through. Peter Simonson, executive director of the American Civil Liberties Union in New Mexico, explains why the group's activity was so shocking.
The video shows hundreds of immigrants, some of them children, some too young to even walk. It's almost as if they are showing a trophy that they've captured. Many of the vigilantes, in addition to wearing a uniform-looking military camouflage, wear official-looking badges on the center of their chest. Many of them carry weapons. Some of the weapons are semi-automatic weapons. We think that armed vigilantes should not be trying to enforce the laws of the land.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officials said they did not endorse private groups taking enforcement matters into their own hands. But Simonson isn't convinced.
The vigilantes posted a picture showing a vigilante posing with two Border Patrol agents, and the videos show several instances where Border Patrol has arrived on the scene and is actually taking the people that the vigilantes have taken hostage to take those people into custody. So the actions of the individual officers would suggest that they strongly support them.
Somebody call Border Patrol? Okay.
It's a testament to the time that we're living through. We have a president who endorses these kinds of groups, at least implicitly.
Toutes ces bouteilles flottent sur l'eau de la rivière.
These mountains of plastic are clogging rivers in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Our observer Wei Mulaway shared videos of the waste earlier in May.
There's lots of garbage in the city because people pick up bad habits, and there's no concrete policy in place to manage the waste. All we have are hollow slogans like "Make Kinshasa a clean city," or "No more selling water in bags or plastic bottles in the street." The fact that there are few garbage cans and dump sites just makes the situation worse.
Our observer isn't the only one to publicly denounce the plastic accumulating in Kinshasa and the lack of proper waste management. In 2017, activist Fedora Beke took videos of the huge piles of plastic floating on the Congo River. The issue dates back to the 90s, when the use of plastic packaging became more widespread in Kinshasa. Today, most plastic is banned, but not plastic bottles. And they make up the majority of the 7,000 tons of waste produced each day by the city's residents.
The current situation makes me angry. The first way to fix it is to make people living in Kinshasa more aware of the causes and effects of all this waste. Second, we have to demand that the government set up a real waste management policy. And third, we have to make people around the world interested in this, because plastic thrown into a river in Kinshasa will definitely end up in the oceans, and likely in the stomach of a whale or a shark.
In early May, DC residents held a third protest concert to fight back against gentrification. It started when a local shop owner was told to stop playing go-go music in front of his store after a neighbor from a luxury apartment complained. Our observer Ronald Moten helped launch a petition to keep the tunes playing. He tells us what go-go music means to DC locals.
Go-go music, basically comes from our roots in Africa. But it's been the power within our soul that brings us together, that gives us the spirit to fight anything. And so attack on go-go music is attack on our souls and our culture and our history. And that's why you got such a pushback when the attack happened, because it's something that we created in Washington, D.C.
DC is the most aggressively gentrifying city in the US, and it's hit African-American residents the hardest, displacing them as rents go up and wealthier white people move in.
Most people are experiencing it right now. Like store we have on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, the property taxes went up 50% in 1 year. There's two things we want to do: work on establishment actually owning their property, and then the other thing is the tax displacement-free zones where businesses that have been there, the taxes can't go up so fast, so high, which gives them a chance to stay there and survive the gentrification and the landscape of the new Washington, D.C.
That's it for this week. Thank you to our observers for sharing their stories with us. If you have something you want to tell us about, get in touch. Maybe you could be our next observer.